all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
August 31st, 2016, former Atlanta police officer James Burns is indicted for the murder of an unarmed black man named Devaris Caine Rogers.
Developing in this past hour, we are hearing from new protesters about the indictment of a former police officer on murder charges. The officer's indictment comes after a day of testimony before a grand jury as protesters gathered outside of the courthouse. Channel 2's Nefertiti Jacquez is live in downtown Atlanta. Nef.
Jovita, a lot of these protesters here behind me have been here for almost 23 hours.
23 hours. 23 hours.
Most of them have been here since last night. All of them tell us that they are happy, excited that the grand jury decided to indict the former officer.
Notice that the name of the reporter assigned to this event is Nefertiti.
Channel 2's Nefertiti Jacquez is live in downtown Atlanta. Nef.
Nefertiti was an Egyptian queen and the great royal wife of Akhenaten, an Egyptian pharaoh. This picture depicts Akhenaten, Nefertiti, and 3 of their daughters. It should be noted that one of the daughters of Akhenaten and Nefertiti was Setepenra, which connects this police shooting to the alleged shooting of police by Gavin Eugene Long, aka Cosmo Setepenra.
No word.
CBS News has confirmed this is Gavin Eugene Long, the man Baton Rouge police say killed 3 officers and wounded 3 more in a shootout. The videos of the suspect are posted on YouTube under a pseudonym, Cosmo Setepenra, or I Am Cosmo.
This evening, this country finds itself once again mourning the loss of police officers shot and killed. First Dallas, now Baton Rouge. 3 officers killed today after 5 were killed in Dallas. This time there was a 911 call reporting someone with a gun. The responding officers coming under fire. 6 officers were shot before the gunman was taken down and killed.
I looked over to the right. There was a man running in my direction away from the body with an assault rifle in his hand. As soon as we got eye contact at one another, he stopped in his tracks and turned around and started sprinting the other way.
More importantly, we must remember that both the pharaoh and his queen were considered divine. The pharaoh was conflated with Osiris and the queen with Isis. In Egyptian lore, Osiris was killed by his brother Set or Seth. Interestingly enough, in the scriptures, Seth was the second son of promise given to Adam and Eve to replace Abel, who was killed by his brother Cain. Cain is Devaris's middle name. It was said that Osiris's body was chopped up and his dismembered parts were spread all over the earth. Isis collected all of the parts of his body to reassemble her husband. However, she could not find his penis. With her magical powers, she then fashioned a replacement for Osiris's missing penis. This is why the Egyptian obelisk became such a prevalent symbol in society. After this, Isis conceived Horus by a flash of lightning. It should be noted that Barack Obama means lightning from heaven. Remember, Obama has also been conflated with the Egyptian pharaoh.
An Egyptian priest where a stone carving suddenly caught his eye because something looked familiar.
God. And actually,
that looks like me. Look at those ears.
President's tour guide went on to beg to differ. He said he's always thought the president looked more like King Tut of ancient Egypt.
we can see the Egyptian obelisk displayed in St. Peter's Basilica, where they worship the Virgin and Child, which is really Isis and Horus. We also see the Egyptian obelisk displayed as the famous and renowned Washington Monument and Eiffel Tower. When we take a deeper look at the killing Caine Rogers, using our spiritual perception, a familiar pattern emerges, connecting it with other recent police shootings. I have already showed you how this shooting is connected with Gavin Long or Cosmo Sitepinra. This event also contains a message from the Most High as well. First, we will break down the meaning of the numbers involved in this event. Then, we will break down the meaning of the names. And finally, we will uncover the message embedded here as well. Devaris Caine Rogers was 22 years old and he was killed on June 22nd. 22 plus 22 gives us the number 44. The month of June gives us the number 6. James Burns, his murderer, was 34 years old. 3 times 4 equals 12, or 6 plus 6, which gives us 2 additional 6s for a total of 3 6s, or 666. James Burns was indicted for this murder on 8/31, or 3 plus 1 equals 4, which gives us the number 84. When we look at these numbers with our spiritual understanding, we find the number of Antichrist, which is 666, and we also find the identity of 666, which is found in the code 4484. This number identifies Obama as Antichrist, since he is the 44th president who was born on 8/4. The code number 4484 has been found embedded in the Micah Xavier Johnson shooting of police in Dallas. This shooting is also connected to the assassination of President Kennedy in Dallas, and it is a reference to an American president receiving a deadly head wound in the same manner that Antichrist receives a deadly head wound, found in Revelation 13:3.
The beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
That's tasty. Be still and know that I am God. I want to thank
God is the one and only true living God, the creator of heaven and the universe. Jesus Christ is God.
We have also seen the code number 4484 embedded in the killing of Seville Smith by police in Milwaukee. This shooting occurred in Atlanta, which is a reference to Atlantis, the antediluvian world of the fallen angels who had sex with human women, creating the Nephilim giants found in Genesis 6:2-4. Now let's take a look at the meaning of the names involved here. Devaris Caine Rogers was the name of the victim. Devaris is connected with the Muslim religion in 2 ways. First, we can see this from a picture of his father sitting in court next to a woman dressed in Muslim garments. The word dervish comes from the Persian dervish, which is someone guiding a Sufi Muslim ascetic down a path. This connects to the whirling dervish found in the Muslim religion. Remember, we were shown these whirling dervish in the video I Pet Goat 2. It should be noted that this video depicted Obama as president during the destruction of America. Dervish means a visitor from many doors. This is a reference to the fallen angels who came to earth before the flood and created giants. Cain means spear, created one, and smith, which means to form or fashion something. Cain refers to the biblical Cain, the seed of Satan, which is the bloodline of Cain, or the serpent seed. Cain was also the first murderer, and we know that Cain is Satan's son because of John 8:44, which declares, "Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." John 8:44. Interestingly enough, this verse contains the code 4484, since John is spelled with 4 letters. Therefore, we find 4844 or 4484 when reversed. In the Bible, one of Cain's descendants is Tubal-Cain, who was a smith, a creator of weapons of war. Tubal-Cain is conflated with the Roman god Vulcan, a worker of iron, and connected with alchemy, or changing man into God. In Daniel chapter 2, verse 43, concerning the fallen angels mixing their seed with the seed of men, the scriptures declare, "And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay." Remember, Obama connected himself with Iron Man.
Basically, I'm here to announce that we're building Iron Man. I'm going to blast off in a second. This has been a secret project we've been working on for a long time.
There's an emblem in Freemasonry called Tubal-Cain, which represents the male reproductive organs, the penis and testicles. Obviously, this is where the seed is produced and the implement used to impregnate a woman. Remember, I told you this event occurred in Atlanta, which represents the world before the flood, when the fallen angels fell from heaven and had sex with human women, creating the Nephilim giants. Notice Obama is holding a Giants jersey. Rogers means renowned spear. What is the renowned spear? It is the obelisk, the Washington Monument, the Eiffel Tower. It is the obelisk in St. Peter's Basilica. It is the shaft of Baal, the penis of Osiris, the sun god, the reproductive organ of the fallen angels, which created the Nephilim hybrid abomination. James comes from Jacob, the usurper, the supplanter. To supplant means to dethrone a king. In this case, that king is none other than the King of Kings, or God himself. Burns means to destroy with an all-consuming fire. Therefore, The message found in this event is as follows. The identity of 666 is 4484. The mysterious stranger, young Satan, the 44th president who was born on 8/4. A visitor from another dimension, a fallen angel created him with his spear. Tubal-Cain, Vulcan or Iron Man, the alchemist who changes man into God, created him with his renowned spear, the shaft of Baal, the penis of Osiris, the sun god. Through intrigue and underhanded tactics, he intends to usurp, supplant, and dethrone the King of Kings. But Yah will destroy him with an all-consuming fire. Praise Yah. This is the true spiritual meaning behind this event. The time is growing ever closer when the Antichrist will be revealed to the entire world. Yah has given his children an advantage. We have eyes to see when others cannot. I have shown you spiritual truth. Now, what you do with it is up to you. Amen. Shalom.